In this video, we'll install and review a new instrument cluster display for Tesla Model 3 and Y with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto from Hancho. This display is an upgraded design that features narrower bezels, smaller design, a completely new operating system, blocks less airflow, and an upgraded UI with so much more added features. What is going on, everyone? If you have been following my channel for a while now, you might be wondering, is this a deja vu? Because I thought you already reviewed a display from Hancho. And this is the display that we reviewed last year in this channel. This is the 10.25-inch Android display. And this is the display we're about to review today. As you can see, it's a much smaller display compared to the original one that we installed and review. But size is not the only thing that changed. It has a better UI. It is faster. You don't need that extra installation of the antenna. It offers so many more benefits, including this is a Linux system, so a completely different operating system. So I wanted to highlight all of those features for you all today. We're going to go through the installation process. I'm going to connect both of these displays at the same time, and I'm going to show you side-by-side comparison of this older display versus the newer display. Before we get started with today's video, please do make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It really means a lot to us, and we have so many Tesla accessories that are coming in the channel very soon. Some big modification, exciting and unique Tesla accessories. So please stay tuned for all of those videos, and let's get started with today's. For the installation, all you need is a plastic pry tool and a Phillips head screwdriver. Start by removing the side trim of your dash. These dash side trims are held by few clips and they come right out. You also have to remove those top trim panels. If you have a 2021 or newer Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, you don't have to remove the top trim. Go ahead and follow this exact same step on both sides. You can then just lift up on the dash and it will unclip from the assembly. Be gentle and unclip the dash from all sides. You can now safely remove the dash. To install the display, count 31 vent holes from the left, and you can use a masking tape to mark this location. This is the left end of the display. Then put a tape on the hole number 35 for the first cable and 38 for the second cable. Feed the two cables from their respective vent holes and then insert the back part of the display. Make sure the display is securely inserted. Now go ahead and flip the dash to install the display mounting hardware. Align the metal plate to match with the mounting configuration and insert those two cables through the larger holes. The metal plate should be flush with the dash. Use the Phillips head screws that came with the kit to secure the display. Use all of those screws to ensure the display stays in place. Make sure they are tight, but not over tighten them, as you don't want to break the display bracket. Once everything is secure, we'll move on to the passenger side footwell. There, we'll remove these 4 plastic screws using a pry tool. These aren't difficult to remove, but that space is very tight here. Once the screws are removed, you can remove the front bottom plate. Don't forget that there are 2 connectors you have to unhook. Pinch on the middle part of the light connector, and while holding it down, pull the connector out. The speaker connector just unplugs when you pull on it. Now this next part is the hardest part of the installation. You have to reach under the footwell and remove a gray plug from the Tesla computer. There is no easy way to do this, but I have found that being in this position helps. Since it is really hard to show you in that tight space down there, I'm going to show you a demonstration of what you need to do. So think of this as the Tesla's plug. So right now, this would be your gray plug that is connected to the Tesla's computer. And to remove this male one, what you have to do is pinch right here, and then while holding it, you have to just remove it. And that is when that plug comes out, and you are left with just this female plug attached to the Tesla. This plug is removed. Now what you need to do is grab your new plug. This is the new plug that comes with this installation. And what you need to do is this male plug that you removed earlier, plug it into this female plug of that new harness. So when you plug, you'll hear a click, and then this will plug. And now take the male side of this new harness. So this is the new harness that came with the kit. Now take the male side of this one, and then go to your original Tesla location where you removed this male plug earlier, and then go ahead and plug this new male plug into the female plug of Tesla. This way, you have effectively made this a complete circuit. So this is this Tesla's connector, this is the new system, and now you're able to get the power and the communications using these 2 plugs by bypassing basically the Tesla system. If you have a 2022 Model 3 or Y with an AMD chip, this plug will be located under the side door panel. Contact the seller to send you more information on that if you have the newer cars. That whole sequence of removal and insertion needs to be completed within a few minutes, otherwise Tesla goes into a protection mode. If you find yourself in that situation where the audio doesn't work after the installation, just lock your car and let it sleep for an hour. When the car wakes up, that issue will be gone. Remove this side door panel clip. Now route the other end of the cable through this area between the door panel and the glove box. Connect the display wires with the new wires we just routed. Make sure the connection is secured and they won't unplug easily. Secure the wires either on the bottom assembly or the top dash piece and make sure the wires won't come on the way of dash clips. Once everything is secured and you verify the display is powered on, go ahead and push down the dash assembly. This shouldn't require much force at all, and if the dash is not going down easily, make sure the wires are not blocking the clips. If you have any access wires on the side, you can go ahead and push those in this area. This is everything we see on the screen. On the left side, this is your speed, so the miles per hour changes. I don't know why they put mph like that. I would like to see all in caps maybe. And then right here on the right side is the charge, means when you are in the regenerative braking, that's when this needle will go towards that. And then power means when you are applying the acceleration when the car is going up, that is when you will see that. And then on the top are all of your alerts. Right here is the seat belt. So if I were to put my seat belt on, that goes away. So that also mimics exactly what the Tesla is showing. Right here, again, you see the speed. Here are all of your signals. So if I do that, as you saw, that starts blinking, going towards the right one starts blinking. And then those are the high beam. So this one is the high beam light. So if I were to turn the high beam on, you saw that one turned on, and then high beam off, the regular headlight. Now if I were to turn off the light, it reflects that. So this is very synced with the Tesla, and it is showing everything that the Tesla is showing at this point. And then of course on the bottom, this is your gear, that's your time, your temperature. And then if you scroll up, this is when the first one shows the following distance. That is 5 for me right now. And then this is where the status changes. So if I open the door, it reflected that I opened the door. And then so when I make my door close, that's when it will go away. Let's try a couple of those. Let me open my frunk. You saw that the frunk lit up. That means the frunk is open. Let me close my frunk. So you get the idea. It works exactly how the Tesla is showing here. Right here, it shows the battery percentage, and that is exactly what my Tesla is showing right now. So that is in sync. The current trip, this is the odometer, and then 160 miles is what my Tesla is saying as well. So that is also correct. So there is no bugs here. Everything seems to be very well synced with no issues. So to change the setting here, all you have to do is swipe from here at the edge. This first one is this screen. This one is the CarPlay. And then this final one here, the gear icon is the setting. So I press on that. The setting turns on. You can change the language. I'm assuming this is Chinese. So Chinese or English. You can do day, night, auto. You can leave it in auto. And then right now, since Tesla is dark, that is what it is showing. This is the same thing as the night. But then with day, the brightness increases a little bit. I'm going to leave that in auto. And then we can choose the CarPlay. So if I select here, this is when we can go between CarPlay, Android Auto, or CarLife. And then I can also do normal or full screen. And what this means is that if I select normal, a little floating view of the car appears right here. So when you're using CarPlay, you can still use the CarPlay on the left, and then you'll still be able to see the normal, the drive, the gear selection, the speed and whatnot on this side. So that is what it means. But if you change this setting, the display actually turns off and reboots. So just keep that in mind. And then when we get out of there, of course, this is Model 3 and Model Y. You can set the brightness to auto, so it mimics the Tesla, or you can also do that as a manual, so it's up to you. Right here is your car color. So mine is red, so that's what I set it, but whatever color car you have, you can just set for your preference. Here's the temperature, so Celsius or Fahrenheit. The steering wheel control, if you want to be able to go up and down to select the CarPlay versus your regular screen. And then time format, you have to set that up for the first time when you are setting this display up. The Wi-Fi setting right here is only available for car life model. I don't know what that means. And then this is my display right here. So this is how you connect to Apple CarPlay. First of all, go to the settings right here and make sure this says CarPlay. Because if you click on here, if it says Android Auto, only Android Auto will work. So make sure it says CarPlay to connect the CarPlay. And if you actually go back and go to this navigation icon, it shows you step by step on what to do for CarPlay. So right now it says connections CarPlay, display mode must be CarPlay, which we just verified that was the case. And now it says to go to our Bluetooth menu on our phone, and we should be able to see this BT link. So it says BT link. We're going to click on that, and it says to pair. So we're going to pair, we're going to allow our favorites to sync, and there you go. So the Bluetooth is connected. And then I just got this message right here. It says use CarPlay with my CarPlay. And if I press use CarPlay, let's see what happens to the screen. Let's refresh this. Oh, I didn't even have to refresh it. It actually connected to CarPlay. So that is how easy it is to use the CarPlay here. And then of course you can go into either of this. So maps right now. So now it becomes an interactive CarPlay. This shows the driving view during the day. As you can see, this display is fully synced with the car and mimics the information you see on the Tesla. You can use the CarPlay feature to project information directly from your phone to this new display. You have all the information directly in front of you. Even with bright sunlight, the glare is very minimal. The yoke wheel really helps see this screen better because you don't have the top arch on the regular steering wheel blocking the view. This is the driving view during the nighttime. I like how the brightness can be adjusted using Tesla's screen, and I can really dim this display at night. The display automatically goes into darker mode when Tesla changes from light to dark in the evening. As promised, this is a side-to-side comparison of the new display versus the old display. First thing I notice are the bezels. That is a huge difference in bezel size. The older one has much wider bezels compared to the narrow bezels on the new one. The new display looks more futuristic and more in sync with Tesla's design. The graphics are a lot better on the new one. The new display is much smaller, and if you look at it, it blocks less airflow. With this older one, it worked great, but when I went to CarPlay, it went through this Z-Link interface, and it took a while for it to recognize my phone sometime. It wasn't always ready to go when I enter the car, versus this one is ready to go. As soon as I enter the car, it connects right away, and all I have to do is push the scroll wheel up or down, and I can go between the CarPlay screen and this main screen. So it's so much faster. Let's do a quick phone call quality test on this new display. To keep things consistent, I have placed my wife's phone right next to a voice recorder. So what happens is when I call to this number from my car, the voice recorder is going to pick up the voice that is actually getting on this receiver's phone. So this voice is where it is connected to BT Tesla. So this little display is connected to Tesla, and the voice being projected is actually going through. So this is how my voice would sound right now on the other side. Now let me change this so we can gauge the difference. So let me do it here. So this is just entirely my phone's speaker. It's not connected to any of this, even though it shows right here, but the audio is going through just my phone right now and then playing with the phone's speaker system. So this is how it would sound with my phone's speaker. Now let me change this to go to just Tesla. So my phone to Tesla. So my phone is connected. So this is Shiva's iPhone. Now I am talking from Tesla. So right here it says Tesla Model 3. So this is the voice quality from my phone to Tesla. Nothing to do with the display here. Now if we were to go back to the display, so this is the little speaker on the display, and this is how it would sound on the display. Please let me know if you noticed a big difference, but for me, they all kind of sounded the same. Why would anyone want this product? Well, some of us are really used to seeing the instrument cluster display right in front of us, historically through different cars. So Tesla Model 3 and Model Y not having that front instrument cluster really makes a deal breaker for many people, and having access to aftermarket product like this one solves those problems. At the current moment, Tesla does not offer Apple CarPlay or Android auto feature, and I am not sure if Tesla will ever support those features natively on the Tesla screen. So having a display like this allows you to customize it and have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Here are a couple of things that really stand out for me on this new display. First of all, the new OS is fast. This one just rapidly boots up and it is so much faster. At the same time, this new display also connects to Apple CarPlay really quickly. You just enter the car and then 5-10 seconds later your Apple CarPlay is connected and you don't have to do anything. On the previous display, that didn't always happen. I don't have a very reliable Android phone with service connection, so I cannot demonstrate the wireless Android Auto or the wired Android Auto at this time, but I will make a follow-up video on doing a demonstration of how you can connect the Android Auto to your car. As you saw from our testing, the call quality actually improved a lot, and now my voice is not distorted at all, and a lot of you actually complain about that. The voice quality was a big issue. So this one, as you saw, it perfectly works, and regardless if you connect to this display or you connect the Bluetooth to your car, everything just works really well. So definitely like that they made that improvement. I really like that it is very small. It does not block as much airflow. It does not cover as many air vents. So that was one of the big complaints with the previous display, was the blockage of airflow. Keep in mind, this display still blocks a little bit of airflow coming to your face, but big improvement compared to the last year's display. The UI is sleek, it looks very HD, and there's not a lot of glare on this display, I noticed, because that was another complaint that I had on the last year's display, was the glare, how much glare it had. This one does not have that glare problem. That brings me to my another point, how well this display works and mimics Tesla's screen. It works for lights, it works for turn signal, it works for everything, and it's saying the temperature is accurate, the speed limit is accurate, the current speed, the tire pressure, everything is accurate. So there are no active bugs that I could tell on this display. Having said all of that, we did lose some features that we had on the previous display. First of all, this display does not support the front camera, and I actually really liked that front camera feature. Also, at this stage, they are not allowing customizations of any kind, so no wallpaper, no modifying anything, any of the icons on the display. So I really hope that Handshow opens that up in the future, but at this point, you cannot customize it. Couple of suggestions for Handshow for future development. In the last year's display that we reviewed, the Android one, every time I enter the autopilot mode, there was a message that says car had entered the autopilot mode or something to that nature, and then every time the Tesla would give me a warning to put my hands on the steering wheel, it would kind of flash right there in front of me, and I did not see that with this display. I do have a couple of other products daisy chained to that autopilot plug, like my automatic door, so I don't know if that was affecting that, or me being a FSD beta tester, it is not recognizing that autopilot mode. But at the current state, I was driving around, I tried several times, and I could not see any autopilot alert every time I enter the autopilot mode. Since there is no front camera with this new display, I wonder if there is a possibility of adding sensors, the notifications from the sensor every time you're pulling into your garage or tight spaces, and Tesla starts giving you that chime where it shows how far away you are from that object, that obstacle detection sensor. I wonder if we can replicate that on this display and mimic that so that we can see that information directly in front of our eyes rather than having to look towards the right. That would be a great addition through future software update if possible. That is everything I have for you all today. If you found today's video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Please let me know your thoughts and comments about this video in the comment section below, and I'm gonna make a follow-up video answering all of those questions, your thoughts, and also bring you periodic updates whenever Handshow releases updates for this product. If you want to check this product out after watching this review, please don't forget to use the special discount code I have in the description of the video. If you put Shiva Tesla during checkout, you're going to get a big discount on this product. Thank you very much for your continued support to the channel. I will be back again with another big modification like this one in the near future. Thank you all. Namaste.